Hey, Craig, let's get into some coffee talk.
Hey, I love it. I love doing some coffee talk.
Well, talk about what?
Dogs, daughters, whatever. It's coffee talk.
Coffee talk. Oh, it's a coffee talk.
Oh.
So this is going to be a little different now. I love this. We're gonna ping pong back and forth on coffee talks now.
Yeah, that's fun.
So today is Jason's Corner.
Mr. Jason's
Corner.
Mr. Jason's Corner.
So you have a good one because yours is Craig's Corner.
Yeah, everybody loves a little alliteration.
Should mine be Jason's Jurisdiction?
Yes. Yes, and if anybody has a better idea, they could text that idea to 520-214-2219.
How about Mr. Jason's Junction?
Mr. Jason's Juxtaposition.
Janglin with Mr. Jason.
Now that everybody turned their radio off.
Operator.
Operator, give me a 617. I need to talk to Jolly Jason.
All right, let's get into today's coffee talk. And it's something that we're always doing in our agency, and I'm doing more and more and more. And the overall concept is something that every single agent that comes on here that crushes it talks about as well. And it's building data points in your agency to build the predictability. So meaning, whatever it is, like, we talk about talk time, how many calls you make, but it can be everything. Like, how many people sign, if you're doing surveys, those data points. It's just creating more and more data points in your agency that you can track and measure, because when you track and measure, you can improve upon.
Yep. You wouldn't hop on a boat and go across the ocean without your compass, would you? And your sextant.
I don't think I would.
Sextant?
Greg.
Yeah. Well, you need, because you need data, right? What's the wind like? What's the current? What's the weather? All of these things, because otherwise you're not going to get to where you need to go.
It's the GPS.
Yeah.
And it's to know if you're doing a good job or a bad job. Like the worst, I'll never forget when I first joined the agency, and you and I talked about this recently, about just the pain, some of those days that you just don't even want to go in. Like,
years, some of the years you just don't want to go in.
Years you didn't go in, you didn't want to go in, and you just wish things will get better. Things will get better. Like if I just keep helping people and stuff like that. Right. Mm-hmm. But the bottom line is it doesn't get better unless we have something to track and measure and constantly. It's like going to the gym and just grabbing going on different machines. Yeah. Just doing stuff, right?
Noodling around the gym.
If you go to the gym and you looked at the rip dudes, they have a crazy schedule in there, and they're like a machine in there.
Rip dudes.
And the reason why I say that is I go to Lanil for physical therapy, and his practice is in a gym, and there's always a couple dudes that are in there that are just ripped, just doing the same routines every day. Well, probably variations, but like you can see that it's very planned out, very methodical.
Yeah. They're also the quietest ones in the gyms. They're not the ones slamming the weights on and right? They're like, they're over here just getting big.
Yeah. That's just for Mr. Craig when he comes in with his Oakleys and his spandex after getting out of a ride.
Yeah. And a mullet going.
Yes.
Yeah. For sure.
So it's just building those data points. I mean, and then it's like, well, I don't even know where to start. Start with one or two things. Start with phone calls. Start with how can you track and measure things? Well, service is really tough. Okay. Well, what can you track? Like how many incoming calls you have? How many outbound phone calls you have? Like how many emails a day you get for service? Start tracking some stuff. See what's going on.
It's funny, like as humans, we'll we'll do this. We're like the sine wave, right? And okay, we're down in the rut, and then okay, I'm going to change everything, and then you go and you try to do everything all at once, which is just setting yourself
The
up
worst.
to fail massively, and
Right.
not really be able to get any good data either, because there's too many variables. You've just overcomplicated everything, and then what happens? Then you eject. You're like, this doesn't work. Bah, I try so hard. Well, yeah, it's just focus on one thing, like down to anything, when we're working on websites and looking at traffic on the website, or it's like, we'll tweak one thing, one little thing to see what happens as a result of that. And it's the same thing in the agency. If you have a cancellation program, right, and it's not working, okay, what are we doing wrong? Did we not send an email? Let's try with sending one email and see what happens. Okay, that started to create some results. You don't need to build out 50 emails. Let's do emails now. We're going to have a 50 email sequence. Well, slow down there, mister. Just do one, right? Send one email. Did we get any traction from it? Okay, great. Now let's build a second one and a third one and a fourth one.
Yeah.
But like, there's a real good book, the Lean Startup, and they talk about minimum viable product a lot. And, like folks will come up with the idea, build it, and then take it to market. And instead, it should be reverse engineered. It should be, look, what do people want, right? What do they want? Okay, now let's solve that need and do the least amount possible that we could throw it out there and see if people get it. And it's the same thing with this. It's, okay, I want to change X in my agency. Let me do the least amount that costs the least, uses the least amount of resources, throw it out there. If it works, awesome. Now you can pour some gas on it. If it doesn't work, awesome. You just saved yourself a whole lot of time from building out this whole thing and getting pissed that it didn't work.
Right.
Trust me, I've done it a million times.
Not to sidetrack at all, but we talk a lot about throwing gas on fire. Have you ever done that?
Probably when I was in, junior high or something.
It's not a good practice.
Yeah. Remember the Anarchist Cookbook? Do you remember that?
No.
It was a thing in the 80s. You could, I don't know. It was even pre-internet. It was really hard to find. You'd find it, and it would teach you how to make everything. It was crazy. How to make bombs. Just
right, yeah.
Insane. And we didn't like make explosive bombs, but you could do this thing where you mix a couple things and it would blow up. And one time we were messing with it. It literally blew up in our faces. And that was it. We learned from that. We didn't build 1 million of them. We just built one and we tested it. It did not go well. So
yep. That's all it takes is that one time.
That was a little gas on the fire in that case.
That was. And it's, I know we've talked about this in the past too, and it's creating, making it easy for those new habits. Setting yourself up, like we talked about with Jamie Alderson, that he put his shorts and stuff ready for him to go out and do that run because he knows he's not going to want to do it in the morning. So it's
wouldn't he sleep with his swimsuit on so he knew that he would then jump into the ocean? Like he had no excuse in the morning.
Yeah,
I don't want to find my swimsuit. Like he had it on, he couldn't get out of it. So what I should do is go to sleep with my little biker outfit. So I wake up and then I just go. I don't have any excuses.
You better watch out because your wife's going to be all over you if you're going to bed in that biking outfit and the helmet.
She will. Yeah. I don't know if I can handle that wedgie all night.
But that's it. So some ideas for Jason's jurisdiction is build those data points in your agency. We were just talking to a big agent yesterday, and he was talking about all the data points in his agencies, and he's constantly coaching those points and building them up. And the best of the best do that. So you know what? I think if the best that does it, then I should do's it.
Yeah. Juxtapose some action on that jamboree, Jason.
Yeah, Jamboree Jason.
Jamboree Jason. It's just remarkable, and it always seems like, okay, now that we're out of every idea, you hop on that elite call and somebody has some new thing. Like we pick up something every week. I love it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
okay.
That was Jason's juxtaposition of Jamboree's jurisdiction on Coffee Talk.
Coffee Talk.
We'll see you guys. Oh, and what if they want to call us or text us?
Don't
Text us. We're getting too many texts now. I don't even know how to respond to them. I just sent some gifts. 520-214-2219.
Love it.
Bye.
Hey, Jason.
Yes, Mr. Craig.
That was another awesome episode, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, if people want to get a little bit more action and learn how to write 100,000 in premium
Yes.
off of even the worst internet leads, where could they go?
They can go to live.teledudes.com.
Ooh, that sounds exciting. Are we going to be there?
Yes, it's a weekly call that we're doing right now it's live, and it will show you the process. The entire process is super awesome.
I love it. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Sign up right now, live.teledudes.com.
Live.teledudes.com. That's live.teledudes.com.
Hey, Craig, there's a new community that we are starting that I cannot wait to tell everybody about. It is our live texting community where you and I are going to answer people's questions and give them free content, right?
Are you kidding me? We get to talk to them?
Yeah, which is awesome, but they have to opt in. They have to text us at 520-214-2219. That's 520-214-2219.
Nice.
Craig, are you going to respond to these texts?
I'm going to respond to them for sure. Live.
I'm into it too. It's going to be awesome. And it's going to be our new texting community where we're going to get back to everybody that we can and drop some crazy content, free content, and free the calculator that you just came up with. That's right. The calling calculator, sales material. I mean, everything for insurance agents. This is it. It's the best texting community out there for insurance agents.
Well, what the heck is that number again? I can't remember it.
It's 520-214-2219. That's 520-214-2219.
I love it. I'm going to text it right now.
520-214-2219.
All right. I'll see you later, Mr. Jason.
Bye, Mr. Craig.
Wait, do they even listen to this on the radio anymore?
I love it. I love it.
Nice.